The colonel is leaving his job.
The Dan Yorke State of Mind program is brought to you in part by Lookout Rhode Island and Takeo Comfort Solutions.
You know, that was kind of dramatic, but in a way, it is kind of dramatic that the colonel of the state police, who by all accounts has done an admirable job, has decided to, I don't know, take a vacation and go work for the town of South Kingstown. Although I will tell you, sometimes you bite off something you think is tiny, and it's a big chew. Municipal government these days is not the easiest thing in the world, but Jim Manni certainly knows what he's doing and has experience with that, and I'm going to take the bulk of the program to share some time with the colonel tonight, which is going to be fun. In the meantime, let me just, because we got to mention it. Now, you're watching this, of course, on Friday night on Fox, and here are the guys who are leaving on Wednesday afternoon. The PC Friars are leaving, and you already know the outcome of the game against Kansas. I'm recording this again Thursday afternoon, and you see it on Friday and Sunday nights. Maybe we've got a Final Four trip coming up. Maybe we don't. Maybe we have an Elite Eight game coming up on Sunday. Maybe we don't. But at the end of the day, they've certainly given us a thrill, and it's something that everybody can get unified behind, even those of us who call ourselves Ram fans. I'm a fan of the Friars. Game a year. And of course, other news, URI, a coaching change.
You want to be around a group of people that believes in you. You want to be around good people. I think that's the most exciting thing for us as we're joining a great administration, the fabric of the university from President Parlange and all the way down the line. I mean, there's a commitment level. I think that's the most exciting thing, is to be around this group of people. But fan base, the excitement level, basketball is important. Rhode Island has a chance to represent the state of Rhode Island. Our basketball program is important, and I think that to me is very, very attractive.
This kind of news pales with the kind of conversation that we're going to have right now, and things like the war in Ukraine and recovery from COVID and all the other issues that go on out there. But you know what? It's a marketing tool, it's an economic tool, and it's a mental health tool, I think, for a lot of us. Can you imagine if we had two programs, and then Bryant comes along and Brown starts to work, and then we get the women's programs? It'd be a lot of fun. Then because it's hockey, I'm just nothing but a dumb jock anyway. Here's the headline for the conversation tonight. I just think it can be a fun time, and we need to be optimistic about some things. Colonel Manni stepping down and become the South Kingstown town manager. One of the, I think, worst kept secrets in Rhode Island. But before we get to it, welcome, my friend, and good to see you. It is an exciting time. You get a chance to get out from behind the desk and look at a Friar game, but did I see you thumbs up a discussion of the Rams there?
I'm a Ram, 1983. You are right.
That's right, of course,
right.
Of course. So, are you in concert with me that you can be a Friar fan all year except for one time on the calendar?
Absolutely. It's a Rhode Island team. I'm all go Friars.
It's an exciting time, isn't it?
Exactly, it is.
It really is. The kind of the theme, at URI right now is change. If you're not moving forward, you're going backwards in a lot of ways. And I'm guessing that's one of the things that maybe you were thinking about when you had an opportunity to take a look at this. Listen, I don't want to treat this conversation as, a mourning or any of those kinds of things. If you're happy, I'm happy. I think the citizens of Rhode Island are happy. I think the way the state police have operated under your leadership for the last 3 years has been, for the most part, scandal-free, crisis-free. Not that you didn't have to face many crises. So tell me what happened.
Well, all good things come to an end. Nothing lasts forever. I know they're cliches, but they're true. I've accomplished everything I set out to do in the 3 years I've been here as the superintendent. I feel I'm leaving this agency a little better place than when I got here, which is important for any leader in any organization. And I'm leaving at the top of my game. So yes, I am happy. I'm happy for the agency, and it's been the most wonderful experience, the honor of my lifetime to come and lead as the superintendent the past 3 years.
So you promised, and we're going to show a little package a little bit later on, a Target 12 package that Tim did that I thought was really good. And at the time, you told him, I think you told me, other key members of the media who asked, that you had a 4 or 5 year plan. This was 3. We're not going to hold you to it. It wasn't a contract. But what happened?
So, you know, when you're going into this line of work, and even me with my eyes wide open 3 years ago when I came here, even though I'd spent 25 years before that on the state police,
Right.
You really can't put a year or time number on how long you're going to stay. Now, I estimated I would have liked to stay 4 to 5 years. But as you can see...
But I don't want to interrupt your thought process, but perhaps that was part of your timetable projection for getting some of the things done that you were thinking needed to get done?
That's exactly right. So I figured I had a list of items that I needed to do to move this agency forward. There was infrastructure improvements, new barracks. We were working in old barracks since the 30s. Personnel, grossly understaffed. We're on our way to making that much better. Technology, the only state that did not have body-worn cameras. So these are the things that I needed to get done. And I got them done. And so that accelerated the time frame too. I had a checklist that I can check off, and now I can see substantive improvement on the state police. And it doesn't, and I think that was the success. If I had to point to one thing, that was my success, that I was able to achieve the things that I set out to do and put the agency on a path of short-term and long-term progress, no matter who's at the helm. So I achieved them much faster than I thought I could.
What's the nature of putting that kind of plan together? Meaning, what you're saying is you're making it less person-oriented and more system, less maybe human-proof in a sense. I mean, there's a double-edged sword to that. Key people, leaders like you, impact a change. But you're saying there was a protocol, a process, a rhythm that you wanted to establish at the state police that was less about the individual and more about the system?
Well, I think that's always the case. This agency...
But it didn't seem like it was there when you got there. You felt like it wasn't there.
Well, I'm not going to throw stones at anyone. I mean, these are my priorities that I spent a lot of time on that job. To put it in context, I started June 15th, 1990. I retired to the day, June 15th, 2015. 25 years to the day. That's as long as I could stay, to the last minute of the last day. And it was a sad day for me when I walked out of there because I truly loved that agency. But yes, going back with that institutional knowledge, I knew the areas of improvement that in my mind, as a trooper, that I wish we had. The barracks, they were all built in 1930 or 31. They've never been renovated except for the Lincoln Barracks. We're operating out of the same barracks. If you went inside, you'd be shocked it's like an antique. So I knew we needed a more modern facility, not for the aesthetics, because of where it's placed. Those old barracks are on side roads. Now they're side roads. Those are main thoroughfares in the 30s. We need a barracks on the highway that can access for public safety.
All right, so what you're telling us is that the job is more than just making sure the troopers are doing the right thing on the highway.
Exactly.
and investigations and crisis management, infrastructure, capital improvements,
Personnel.
all that kind of a thing.
Yes.
It's a big gig.
That's right.
Reflections on your predecessors, because I know you don't want to leave a taste that Steve O'Donnell didn't get the job done or Colonel Daugherty didn't get the job done. It's just what? Both time. Let me not help you with the answer. Time in terms of capital needs, blah, 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 blah. You came in at a time when I think everyone was more or less fed up with the physical plants, other than the new headquarters in Situate are gorgeous.
So I'm the 14th superintendent in 97 years. Colonel Stone threw the curve off. He was here 30 years.
Right.
So, no, every colonel that sat in that seat, every single one, had his or her list of priorities. And my hat's off to every single one of them. That goes back to 1925 for raising their hand and sitting in that seat. Because only someone that sat in that seat knows the pressures that are on you. We each had different priorities. We each came in at a different point in time in history. And these are my areas: infrastructure, personnel, capital improvements, technology.
Was the pressure nonstop,
Nonstop.
24/7?
Yes.
A lot of people like to say they're on a 24/7 consciousness for their job.
Yeah.
That's not a myth nor an exaggeration
No,
for you?
not at all. But I knew that. I mean, I was on a tactical team for 14 years, so that was 24/7. I was in the Secret Service for almost 6 years. That was 24/7. But this is different. It's a cliche, but the buck stops here. It stops with me. So I am on call 24/7. Just 2 weeks ago, I got woken up 3 times, 3 separate nights on very serious matters in the middle of the night. So, but that happens all the time.
Wear and tear?
Well, it always takes a toll on you. How could it not? But you know that going into it. There's no complaining here. I knew exactly what I was getting into, and I did the best job I could.
All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at some of the background that Tim provided. Then I've got a question from left field for the Colonel. Stay with us. So take a look at this headline. EMS team saves State Police Colonel James Manni after near fatal wasp attack. Now this got a little bit of attention for about a 2-day news cycle. Thank God it was a 2-day news cycle, and kind of like a holy cow there, but for the grace of God go I with a bee attack, and holy cow, didn't know you were allergic, blah blah blah, and then we all kind of went back to our business. But it was this close, you told me.
It was.
I wonder if that had something to do with this, that you had a life moment where this thing came crashing to a close end and it came out of nowhere. Change your perspective?
Well, I wondered myself. That was as close as you want to come to dying, right there. 1 minute to 3 minutes. It was as bad as it sounds, and it caught me off guard. I never knew I was allergic to bees. I've been stung before. I carry an EpiPen now, 2 of them.
A special kind of bee, by the way? Was it yellow jackets? Or
Well, I'm allergic to 2 different types, a yellow jacket and a paper wasp, which is the gray, and I never knew that. And it happens with age. It happens as you get older.
Really? Nice to know. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Another thing I got to worry about.
One other thing to worry about is exactly right. Right. So, and it was a very traumatic day for my family. They were there for it, and it was my mother's 85th birthday. She had died from COVID just before that. So it was a tough day anyway. But for that, I'll never forget that. That was very scary. So to answer your question, it made me feel mortal. That's for sure.
Sure.
And it made me feel. I used to feel invincible, and because of the things I'd been through in life, been shot at, I've been in bad cruiser accidents, I've been a lot of different things that have happened to me, and you're like, wow, I survived that. And but that made me feel different, for sure. Made me feel like, wow, a little tiny bee, how fragile is life, that you could die from that. So, but I don't think that had the impact of me wanting to leave the state police. That really didn't have any impact on that decision.
Okay. So it wasn't one of those things where, look, nothing's guaranteed. I need a little downtime. Not that you're not going to give your full effort to South Kingstown. And by the way, we haven't mentioned here, you've been a town manager.
That's right.
After your retirement, you were the Narragansett town manager.
Yep.
You learned a lot about municipal government.
Yes.
You don't go into this thing without a resume and/or experience. The town of South Kingstown is a beautiful town. Got a little wacky school board down there. Watch out for them. But for the most part, good quality life. But it's a full-time gig. You're going to have to work hard at it. I'm sure your financial equation, you can probably carry your pension, right? So I mean, that's all those things. And by the way, you deserve all of that. That's what your reward and opportunity ought to be. But I'm guessing after you're out of nowhere, you got a bee attack and you're fighting for your life there. You may want to say, I'm going to make every day count here and spend a little more time with my family and have a little less 24/7 pressure. A pothole in South Kingstown is different than, a SWAT team having to respond to an incident, correct?
It is. And I was a town manager from 2016 to 2019 when I retired in the town of Narragansett. It was a wonderful experience. It was very enjoyable. It was like pure democracy. I did 6 years as in federal government, 29 years in state government, 3 years in municipal government. Municipal government was where the rubber hits the road. A lot gets done, no red tape.
All right, why don't we pause here? We're going to come back and talk about what happens next. I'm not sure where I am. I'm over here. What happens next? Because the job's not done. Stay with us. You know, I was looking at the clock, Matt. I'm probably not going to use the package. It's just that I'm kind of low on time, so thank you. Can you All right, so Lieutenant Colonel Weaver and Major Fleming, and the list is about 5 people in the command staff. I don't want to short shrift anybody, because I'm not here to ask you about each of their individual capabilities. But I know the governor has, first of all, the governor is very bullish on you, and let's just clear anything up. There was no, well, you tell me, was there a thing between you and the administration?
Absolutely not. I have tremendous respect for the governor personally and professionally. He's a good governor. This
was an opportunity. This is purely about Jim Manni and nobody else.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if I'd put it just Jim Manni, nobody else, but I went to the governor and...
Meaning no qualms with the administration?
No, not at all.
All right. Not, you know, they didn't give me enough, you know, I don't get support, I'm exhausted.
Not one bit.
It's just, hey, opportunity came up and whatever. The governor has admired you in the job, he tells me, and also has told the public that you're having a hand in actually helping him to move forward. A couple things. Will your successor come from in-house, your projection?
I cannot share my private conversations with the governor, but I will tell you this. I'm very pleased that the governor has embraced a transition plan. And when I told him several weeks ago that I possibly would be leaving, he asked me if I had a plan. I presented a plan over the 3 meetings after that. And he was very conducive to listening and see what we have to offer. I'm very hopeful that it comes from within the ranks, and I've given him several options.
So a transition plan, it's interesting. So you thought hard about it, and you didn't just say, hey, listen, here's my notice, I'm leaving. No. You've thought about, when you put a transition plan together, I'm guessing you're going to give the governor options. You're going to talk about pluses and minuses of experience and personnel and all that kind of a thing. But is there a nuance to a transition plan that, again, going back to the beginning of the show and the conversation we had there, that kind of speaks for itself in terms of systems, capabilities, required talents, required administrative background, in order to be, so that the qualifications are almost so apparent that the choice for leadership is fait accompli? Are you able to do that?
Well,
internally.
Yes. I think we can both agree that everyone on this planet has pluses and minuses,
right.
Strengths and weaknesses, right? So, my advice to the governor was, here's the people that can take this job and should take this job, and these are the strengths that they have, and this is the skill set that is needed for this position, and it's ultimately his decision.
Well, it's interesting when you scroll down that video that Stacy put together from the website. You do see not only do they have different occupational responsibilities, but they also come with different slices of the criminal justice pie in terms of resume and experience. Listen, I'm not going to try to tease out any kind of inkling here, but let me ask you this: is the entire command staff interested in this job? Is it the goal of everybody who becomes captain or major that they want this job?
Well, early on in your career it is, but at different points in your career, for example, there's several members of the command staff that are retiring next month. So, but in speaking with the command staff, that the upper echelon of the command staff are the ones you would gravitate to, the ones with the higher rank, because they've already attained a higher rank.
Some pressure from some quarters on the governor for a minority choice. Your lieutenant colonel is an African American. I said on the air yesterday or the day before, that for the state police, for a single position, as opposed to, say, a Supreme Court justice, 1 of 9, where you're trying to create a reflection of the country, it's a double-edged sword, and I think an unusual amount of unhealthy pressure to put onto the system to acquiesce to that. If the lieutenant colonel is the right man for the job, God bless him. The difficulty is, right, we're not going to get all the nuances of that. A nomination will come to the Senate from the governor, his choice, but we're not going to get all the diligence on that. We have to kind of trust that this decision will be made in the best interest of the entire state of Rhode Island, and let the chips roll fall where they may. But do you feel any kind of pressure to make a recommendation in that direction?
Absolutely not. And I don't promote anyone based on their gender or the color of their skin. I pick the best people for the best position. No square pegs and round holes. My advice to the governor was very simple. You pick the best possible person you believe in to be the superintendent of the state police. That's the only advice I gave him. And I laid it all out. What people's strengths were, what they maybe needed to improve on, but that's the only advice I gave him.
So when he looks at those choices, if it were me, forget the governor. If it were me, and you did that for me, and I would finally say, you know what, got him, or her. And then I'd go back to you and say, thinking about this, you with me? Will you affirm his decision?
Well, you have many conversations with a governor, and any governor. And I stand behind this governor. I believe in him. And I gave him recommendations. I told, once again, I don't want to repeat myself.
So once he goes, he goes. We don't have.
Whoever the governor selects, I will stand behind the governor.
And the pool you think is adequate in
I don't
capable
think,
no matter what.
I don't think it's adequate. I think it's tremendous. We have tremendous talent on the state police.
Well, let's leave the conversation. Let's end the conversation there. For all my tenure here, and all that I knew about Rhode Island coming here that was confirmed, although there's a lot of distrust for institution that's built into the country now, but certainly in Rhode Island government, a lot of apathy and woe is me about the way government and politics works in the state. The state police has always been the last bus of integrity. You have felt that.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm very proud of this agency.
And the succession plan will continue that?
Yes.
What's the guarantee?
Well, the guarantee is that every trooper wears a symbol on their uniform that's engraved within the service of the state. It's been our motto since 1925. That will always be our #1 priority, to serve the residents of the state proudly with ethics, integrity, transparency. That will always be here.
All right. So you got to manage the beaches? Is that what you got to do?
That'll be my toughest decision. Beach fees, parking lots. No, listen, a town manager is a very intensive job.
Right.
But I'm really looking forward to it. I truly loved being a town manager. I really look forward to being the town manager of my hometown. So
we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your 25 plus 3 years of service to the state police.
Thank you very much for your kind words.
Colonel Manni, on his way to South Kingstown. You'll find him at the beach. Final word with him. So the state police loss is South Kingstown's gain. It'll be really interesting to see how this process works out. We will follow what the governor decides on WPRI weekdays 3 to 6. And of course back here next weekend. Go Friars. Good night.